Hi Leos, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot reading for November 6th through November 12th. Now, just a quick note off the bat that we do have Saturn that just turned direct on November 4th. And Saturn has been retrograde in Pisces since the middle of June, okay? And so whatever it is that we have been reflecting on, definitely take a look where your life was around that time, okay? Because we're really getting indications of areas in our life where we've had some blocks, challenges, fears arise, okay? All of these things that we have been reflecting on, they're turning direct right now, okay? But we are reminded to stay focused as collective, hard work and compassion, okay? And so I know a few months ago, you started getting a lot of messages about how you show your fire, and do you want to burn people with your fire, or do you want to provide warmth and light? And that's really been an indication of, okay, now if we are showing our fire in a certain manner of, like I'm getting, a torch and warding off people with your torch, where is that fear coming from? Okay, so that's the biggest indication I'm getting right off the bat with Saturn turning direct in Pisces. So definitely see what sign rules Saturn in your chart. Read up on it, okay? And also the opposite of your rising sign. That can really give you some indications of how we're showing that shadow side, okay? But yeah, you're definitely moving away from something that's been challenging. And reminder that the biggest part of November is to think about how all of this is teaching us something to take us to the next level. Because when we have these challenges, Saturn is our challenges, our blocks, our fears. They're meant to build our resilience, all right? So if we can take challenging situations and turn them into positive of, I'm growing to be the person I'm destined to be. Find some comfort by looking at your North Node. What sign is your North Node? Read up on that, because if it's aligning with where you're destined to go, you can find some comfort in that energy, okay? The biggest theme for you for your monthly extended was staying true to your heart. All right. And so I believe that with Saturn turning direct, we're really going to get some indications of that. All right. And how do we stay true to our heart? But we can't be thinking the same way that we've been thinking is really what I'm getting. All right. And we really do have to have faith right now, and faith not in a religious sense, but just faith in, if I do good things will come to me type of energy. And that can be difficult with the Capricorn paradigm showing its shadow right now. And I get how difficult that is. But when you're true to your heart, you're going to be guided where you need to be guided. And that's what's most important, Leos, okay? Giving you a big warm hug. My daughter is a Leo, and I know that energetically these past weeks have been really testing her energy even. You know what I mean? And she's 5. So yeah, this is the biggest part, okay? My favorite astrologer, Pam Gregory, she always gives the reminder that the biggest challenge that we're seeing right now is, are you going to be a victim of the universe or a co-creator? And the choice is yours, okay? And so when we fall into that victim mentality, how are we going to take this? Where is it going to take us, okay? Because this is also ruled by Mars and Scorpio, and that Scorpio new moon, which is the indication of taking big risks, that is where we turn disappointments into stepping stones, okay? So if something is happening where you're getting this, kind of energy, how can you transform it? Because anything can be transformed, okay? How can you transform any sort of regret or disappointment into a stepping stone? Okay. But yeah, hard work and compassion is the key. And then, like I said, that Scorpio new moon is on the 13th, is indicating big risks. So a reminder that to be aligned in compassion, love, and hard work, and not fear. All right. Our shadow, because again, Scorpio, death, rebirth, transformation, something new, birthing. That Scorpio energy, our shadow is going to have what it needs to play some tricks on us. Okay. So it's really like are we going to go with the direction we've been going, or are we going to take this new path and accept that it's our best interest, okay? Also, it might be interesting to see too, yeah, we're meant to be liberated. It's also going to be important to see what house Scorpio is in your chart, okay? So if you don't have your chart, I always link Pam Gregory's free birth chart, but see where Saturn, what planet rules, not planet, what sign rules Saturn, and then what house Scorpio rules. I think you're going to get a lot of clarity there, okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's enough of that. So let us dive into what do we got for Leos for November 6th through November 12th, 2023. Interesting. All right, so fascinating because Cancer's actually got Temperance in the exact same position last week. All right, so last week's energy coming into this is Temperance. Temperance is all about know thyself and nothing in excess, okay? And so we have to balance the fire with other elements in our life. But this is really bringing life into balance, okay? And I'm getting an indication of things this week are setting something up for Sagittarius season, which starts at the end of the month. So you're learning by trial and error, okay? And this is where resilience comes in, and this is where Saturn comes in, and Saturn turning direct, and the universe giving us a little support is when we can see, like, when something doesn't work out like we expected, and it can just completely ruin us. I've been in that situation. You know, I've started businesses and they don't work, and then it feels like my whole world is collapsing, you know? And but by trial and error, I find more success. So like with every new project I've started, I find more and more success. Okay, so it's taking the things you've learned, and instead of seeing it in a negative, seeing like, okay, now I get to add this to my collection, if you will, of knowledge. This week's energy is the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is Leo, and it's ruled by Mars in Leo, and Mars is how we assert ourselves, okay? So it's reminding you to assert yourself with passion, integrity, and courage, all right? You have to take a stand for what you believe in is really what this energy is indicating, and that you will be taking a stand for what you believe in. So take that how it resonates, but I got Tom Petty's I Won't Back Down in my head, all right? And so however you're being guided, if you're aligned with your heart, like I said, that's November, stay true to your heart. If you're aligned with your heart, you're gonna be guided where you need to be guided, all right? As long as your shadow isn't taking control, you know what you need to do. Next week's energy is the Queen of Wands. So this is what I find fascinating, because this is collective energy. There's something collectively that is really making this shift in you, right? And like having this energy. But the Queen of Wands is ruled by Pisces and Aries. So definitely see where those are in your chart, what houses are ruled by Pisces and Aries. Also, the North Node is in Aries right now, all right? And that is all about our destiny and what we're meant to do, like leaving our mark, if you will. And so you're really feeling this empowered energy to empower others, right? So whatever this is, like I'm really getting this as you, Leo. Like this, there's something activated in you where you're feeling this fierce warrior goddess energy, and that you're getting an activation to, by empowering yourself, you empower others. So we're going to clarify these because I definitely want some clarity on this, but this is really about you. It's all fire too. Okay. All of these. So I'm going back to your, I think it was your extended for October, how you show your fire. Do you want to burn people, or do you want to provide light and warmth? And what's interesting too is my pinky right here started feeling like I was getting burned. So that's interesting. But your fire is on fire. Your fire's on fire, Leos, okay? So let's clarify temperance from last week. Why is temperance here last week for Leos? Can we clarify temperance last week for Leos? But I really got true to your heart stuck in my head again. So there's really something here about you being true to your heart. Okay, temperance, the 10 of Cups, and the Lovers. Okay, so 10 of Cups is that feeling of everything in its right place and contentment and fulfillment. And Lovers is your relationships, okay? And your connection, all right, with other people. And so that is where you're getting... That is where you're getting this lesson of, are your relationships giving you that energy? Okay, so let's clarify the 7 of Wands. Why is the 7 of Wands here this week for Leos? Why is the 7 of Wands here this week for Leos? November 6th through November 12th. Why is this here for Leos? I'm also trying to remember what movie was true to your heart. I think it was Mulan. So if you have kids, or even if you don't, watch Mulan and see if there's anything that Mulan can teach you. Wow. All right. This is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is ruled by Saturn in Pisces. And Saturn just turned direct in Pisces on the 4th. This is huge, okay? So whatever this is where you're like, I won't back down and taking a stand, it's leading you on a new path. And you're being guided to follow a new path, okay? Yeah, you're leaving, there's something you're leaving behind, but it's for your emotional transformation to take you to where you're meant to go. Because like I said, that Saturn in Pisces turning direct is guiding us somewhere, okay? And like I said, I really believe your relationships and your emotional fulfillment is making this a clear decision for you. So let's see. All right, why is the Queen... Oh, and again, next week is that new moon in Scorpio, taking big risks, okay? So just remember that, taking big risks. What do we got for... Why is the Queen of Wands here for Leos next week? Why is the Queen of Wands here next week for Leos? I mean, there's no greater energy to take a big risk than with the Queen of Wands, let me tell you, okay? All right. Interesting, too. I think it's connected to our relationships and this transformation, this emotional transformation. All right, so again, fire, my goodness. You got faith. Now, this is actually ruled by Taurus, but clearly some fire energy in here, right? And this is really, like I said, connected to that inner light, staying true to your heart. Also, Taurus is in Uranus and Jupiter in November, and that's really indicating lucky breaks. So staying true to your heart, staying aligned with your purpose, if you will, you're going to be guided. But the most important thing about this faith card is practice what you preach, okay? And so when it comes to this empowering energy next week and taking big risks, the universe is really reminding you to practice what you preach. So whatever this risk is that you're wanting to take, you just got to be mindful of that and make sure that you are aligned with what your core beliefs are, all right? So let's get an empowering question for this week for Leos, and then we will close this out. And again, if you did like this reading, please do like, comment, and share with other people you think it might resonate with, and subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot on YouTube so you get notifications of when new videos do come out. I like that. All right, Leos, your empowering question for this week are, what are my best qualities? And so, like I said, when we're seeing these challenges from Saturn in Pisces turning direct, all right? And this can really put it in perspective, like what do you have to offer to the world, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Leos. This is wonderful, okay? Reminder, stay true to your heart. Stay aligned with your inner light. Do your shadow work, right? Really be mindful, because a reminder, next week's that Scorpio new moon, taking big risks. We really want to be aligned with that balance, okay? So have a really wonderful and looks like transformative week.